So dude, do you want to talk about perfect timing? I hurt myself 4 months ago and went from working out 6 days a week to not working out for 4 months, gaining weight, and about to have to go back in the gym. What happens? A new freaking Rocky movie comes out. Freaking training montage, yeah! This is ridiculous, I can't do this. Much better. So guys, I'm just gonna give you a real quick franchise recap. Obviously the classic, still really good. Started to get into silly territory, but it was actually my personal favorite for a long time. 1980s music video, or at least 5 of them. Time to end the freaking franchise, dude. I'm so happy you didn't end the franchise because this was freaking amazing. And it brings us to Creed. Now something happened with Rocky Balboa because it made the franchise serious again. It really made it grounded, and it was just a very emotional roller coaster. Rocky Balboa was fantastic, AKA Rocky 6. When Creed was coming out, I was thinking, I don't know about that. And when I first saw it, I thought it was okay. But then I saw it again, and I thought it was fantastic. Tons of heart. Michael B. Jordan was an absolute badass, and it was really cool. So when I heard Creed 2 was coming out, and they was gonna kind of revisit a little bit of Rocky 4, the one that jumped the shark a bit, they really could have screwed it up, and guess what? They didn't. This was good, man. It has a ton of heart in it. In fact, this movie, I think, has more heart than any of the Rocky movies. It's got a lot of emotional chords that are being, hit. The relationships we saw at the end of Creed have just naturally grown, and it's going good. The one thing I will say, though, as a flaw is that the fight scenes, the choreography in them, yeah, you missed the last director, the same guy that did Black Panther and did Creed, the first one. You can tell he's not in this. I know he helped with the choreography, but the fight scenes aren't that great, but still the story was good. Now the Dragos, the father and son, I gotta tell you, wow. This is not just Ivan Drago and Rocky IV saying, I'll break you, if he dies, he dies. No. This was like legit shit. Like they really fleshed out this character. In fact, I gotta tell you, when you leave here, you'd wanna see a Drago movie with him and his kid. They could have dug deeper into their story in this, but it might have overtaken our good guys as far as how interesting the story would be and made the good guys boring. Michael B. Jordan knows all about that. He did that to Black Panther. Now, if you're a fan of the franchise, you know at the end of Rocky IV, Drago really messed him up, dude. Like Rocky got off that plane and that's where Rocky V started. Rocky always had that little bit of a slur going, but in Rocky V, he was like Ben Stiller playing Simple Jack in Tropic Thunder. It went from like, Adrian, to like, you make me happy, Adrian. Like, he was bad, dude. Turns out, Drago wasn't too good afterwards either. Not so much physically, but more emotionally. This guy went through some shit, man. I'm trying to keep this vague because it is spoiler free, but it's kind of cool to see the aftermath of Rocky IV. This movie really adds depth to that film. The one thing I will say is that this does take a lot from Rocky 3 and 4 and puts them together. And it does it in a really good way. Story's going, first act was great, second act was really good. Started to drag a little bit for me in the second act, but then it started to pick up and we see the training montage coming. And when that training montage comes, dude, I am ready for it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be like a fat Spanish Michael B. Jordan on that freaking treadmill, dude. I'm ready to call my friend Nigel and say, bro, let's put on tube socks and short shorts and let's run on the freaking beach like they did in Rocky 3. Like, I was getting excited for this training montage. It was okay. This movie didn't rely too much on the training montages or the fights. It was really character driven. The story in here is really deep. One thing I will say too is that even though Creed, you could still call it a Rocky movie, this is a legit Creed movie. Rocky is pretty much Mickey in this. And thank God whatever damage Drago did, where you saw in Rocky V, that's kind of worn off because Rocky can now speak in sentences and he has good advice to give. Now where I said the training montages weren't very good, I will say the last fight, that was intense, dude. That was deep. There were some seriously teary-eyed moments in this, man. And things don't always go the way you think they will. They did not play this movie safe, which was really cool. The end of this film has redemption for so many people in so many different ways. And this film has a ton of closure in it. They really should just end this freaking franchise right here beautifully, but I know they won't. If you're a Rocky fan, you're gonna freaking love this thing, man. I'm just gonna go freaking 3.5, dude. Guys, I hope you like my review. Feel free to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. What, like ding ding, what? Hit the bell, bah, bah, bah. Fuck. I got freaking issues, dude. Thanks for watching.